Take your hands off him. Yes, now. Leave him where he is. I said leave him. Step back, all of you. I want to look at what nearly cost me my entire archive tonight. So this is him. Hi. There you are. Hi, darling. Oh, don't look away. That's rude. Especially when you have such a pretty face. Stubborn, huh? Little late for modesty, don't you think? You walked into my building with what? A forged badge? A cheap suit? And the kind of confidence that usually gets men killed before they even reach the lobby. And somehow, you almost walked out with enough evidence to make half the executive floor defenestrate themselves. You know, that's the part that annoys me. Not the breach. Breaches happen, right? Systems fail. People get sloppy. But then, men I pay far too much money start trusting laminated plastic and a calm voice. And suddenly, a stranger with pretty eyes and a repair case is wandering around my restricted floor like he owns the place. You got close. Very close. Closer than anyone's gotten in a long time. And I'm trying to decide whether I should be impressed or offended. Probably both. You'd like that, wouldn't you? I bet that's what kept you warm while they dragged you down here. That tiny little thought in your head. I almost did it. Everyone upstairs scrambling around, whispering into phones, trying to figure out which lies still had legs. And then the lights came on. That must have been ugly. Oh, there's those eyes. Don't glare like that. I'm not the one who failed you. You did that yourself. That must sting. All that adrenaline. All that pretty conviction. And suddenly, you're on your knees, with someone's boot between your shoulders. And now you're here. In my chair. In my room. Waiting for me. Poor boy. No. No, I don't want him softened up. What? You want an hour with him before transport? Maybe 2? Get him nice and tired and scared. Enough that whatever I ask him later slips out easier? That's always the fantasy, isn't it? Push hard enough and people become useful. No, you're not touching him. Nobody is. He's already been handled badly enough. Look at his mouth. I don't enjoy amateur work happening under my roof. No, I don't care if he hurts. What am I, fucking Florence Nightingale? Come on. I care that he looks like a bar fight when he should look like a warning. There's a difference. And you are a warning, aren't you? All these weapons, all these boots, all this concrete and glass and badge access. And still you got in. For one very embarrassing stretch of time tonight, you made us look like some podunk bank getting stood up for a few grand. Don't get smug, Worm. You didn't even make it off the restricted floor. You're a mess. But at least you made it interesting. And that doesn't mean I like you. Don't get hopeful. Now what to do with you? What? No, I'm not asking him anything in here. Look. Look at him. He's got every idiot in this room memorized already. One question, and he'll start performing. Brave rebel, silent martyr, wounded little hero with blood on his teeth. I'm bored just imagining it. He'll talk when I want him to talk. Somewhere quieter. Somewhere he understands that screaming won't impress anybody. Oh, that bothered you. Good. I was starting to think the drugs took all the fun out of you. Oh, no, keep looking at me. There. That's the face from the footage. So pretty. So full of secrets. How do we extract them from you without damaging that beautiful mug, huh? No basement. I said no. Listen, if I wanted Halden's little basement animals involved, I would have called them before I came down here. You know what? You're talking to me a lot ever since I got in here. Listen, I don't know your name, but I can see that blue check on that lovely lapel, so I'm gonna assume you're one of our little security marshals. Go ahead and get this through your head. I'm in charge of you and everyone in this room. I'm in charge of you and your boss and your boss's boss. I can have your children's food rations revoked if I'm in the mood. I am this building. I am that blue check on your jacket. I'm the fucking chair his ass is bleeding on right now. If you want to sneeze, let alone speak to me, you ask me for fucking permission. Got it? Great. He's coming with me. Yeah, is there a problem? That's what I thought. And you're enjoying this too much for someone tied to furniture. I saw that little change in your face when I said no basement. Careful. Hope is only adorable on people who can afford it. I came down here because you made yourself interesting. And interesting things don't get handed to bored men with pliers. They get kept. For a while. Until I know what they're worth. Right. Unlock the chair. No, tomorrow. Quickly. All right. I want hands in front. Sure. Tighten them. Whatever gets you off, Sergeant. And away from me. Stand. Oh, does it hurt? Stand up. Oh, we can see what Halden has for you downstairs. Good. See? That wasn't hard. Taller than I expected. Right. Keep your hands where I can see them. If he tries to run, shoot him. Obviously not lethal, dipshit. Shoot him where it hurts. Can you handle that? Awesome. Right. You, beside me. Yes, beside me. Good God, how many fucking questions do you all have? I'm the fucking boss. How about that's why? Head up. Oh, that's stubbornness. It's growing on me. You wanted inside my building so badly. Now you get me. Head up. Drive. Lower gate first, slow. After that, east 3 blocks. Then take the theater cut through. And if anyone calls the dash, you didn't hear it. No, don't confirm. Don't say anything. Just drive the car. Divider. There. Jesus. Hate that room. I really do. Every time I go down there, I remember why I stopped letting Halden decorate anything with a lock on it. Give the room a drain. Suddenly every failed athlete with a baton thinks they're experts in statecraft. They don't understand it at all. Or wrists, apparently. God, here, give me your hands. Yes, I know. That sentence has not gone well for you tonight. I'm aware. Give them to me anyway. Come on. Hold still. God, they tightened this after you were down. Oh, no, don't give me that look. I know what fresh struggling does to the skin. I know what a bored guard does when he's angry a prisoner made him look stupid. God, they pinch the hinge right into you. Wonderful. Move your fingers. Good. Again. Okay. Other wrist. Let me see. Oh, that one's worse. Of course it is. You're right-handed? Yeah, figured. They always go for the hand they think they need most. Very clever. Alright, I'm gonna loosen this a little. Not off. Loosen. Don't get excited. There. Better? I didn't ask for pride. I asked if it helped. Fine. Blink angrily. It's apparently your second language. Listen to me. I can't take the cuffs off yet. I know exactly how that sounds after I just dragged you out of a room full of people who wanted to turn you into paperwork. But there's a reason. There's a tracker in them. Probably the hinge. Maybe the clasp, if Alden paid for the good batch. Which he usually doesn't. Unless someone important is watching. Hold on. Yeah, there. Hinge. Lazy, but it works. So, here's the problem. If I take these off right now, the building knows. Not a person. The building. The system upstairs, the route log, the gate records, custody chain, all of it. Right now, all that machinery is happily telling itself you're still exactly where you're supposed to be. Cuffed in my car on an approved transfer route, being moved by someone too senior for anyone tired and underpaid to question. That's useful. So the cuffs stay on until I don't need the lie anymore. Then we switch cars. The tracker keeps going without us. My coat goes with it, so the back seat still looks occupied. Enough on a lazy camera. Holden follows the signal east. Gets very loud, probably threatens somebody's pension. And you and I leave through an old service cut that was sealed in the records and never sealed in the actual city. Because the people who run this place are very good at cruelty and very bad at maintenance. That's all. No grand mystery. Just a trick. A stupid one, honestly, but stupid tricks work beautifully on men who think power makes them immune to being embarrassed. You're staring. Fair. I'd be staring too. Last you knew, I was the woman who walked into that room and decided whether you got taken apart downstairs. Now I'm checking your pulse and explaining traffic patterns. Confusing. You can be confused. Quietly, preferably. You look like speaking might crack something. Good question. No, we're not going to your handler. Don't tense up. If I wanted you delivered back to your people, I would have let your people know I had you. I haven't, and I'm not going to. Not tonight. Maybe not ever, depending on how ugly this is once I open the right files. I can see that's not helping. Maybe because you're concussed from your very busy evening. Here, let's use what's left of your brain for a second. Think about it. Your mission failed in the loudest possible way. You were seen. Your face is probably already being clipped from camera feeds and passed around right now. The company wants you breathing, because breathing people answer questions. Your side wants you brave, until brave becomes expensive. Then they start using other words, like compromised, exposed, risk to network. That's 3. But I've sat in those rooms. Different side of the table, better clothes. So no, we're not going to your handler. Not until I know whether your handler is alive, bought, watched, or the reason you ended up in my archive with codes old enough to have a birthday. Oh, now you're listening. Good. You want proof? Of course you do. You should. I would think less of you if you didn't. And I'm already fighting a long list of complaints. Fine. Call and response. Say the first half. Not loud, just enough for me. Golden Gates. Is that really the code they gave you? Well, I'm sorry, that was rude. That is a low-level clearance. They sent you into my building with a password I would give someone I trusted to carry envelopes, not open a central archive. God, you still got that far. It's either impressive, or everyone above you should be slapped in careful order. Maybe both. Oh, don't make that face. You don't get to be modest after tonight. You know what I thought when I first saw the alert? I thought it was a clerk. Honestly. Maybe some idiot from records trying to steal ration credits or wipe his brother's arrest file. Happens more often than you think. People get desperate. They pick a door, and then the door eats them. But then you pass the second lock. And then the third. And then you crossed my restricted floor, like you had a reason to be there. Which is a rare thing in that building. Most people with clearance still walk like they're waiting for permission. And you didn't. You look scared, yes, don't get proud. You were scared. But you kept moving. And then when the feed finally caught your face properly, I thought, oh, that one's gonna die in a very irritating way if I don't get downstairs. Because you should have died. You understand that, right? Oh, don't puff up about it. I'm not giving you a medal. I'm telling you the floor you were standing on has eaten better trained men than you for less. People with cleaner access, better handlers, actual exit maps. Not whatever optimistic napkin your cell handed you and called a plan. And you still got close enough to scare them. That takes nerve. Bad judgment, yes. A criminal amount of it. But nerve. You have to have a lot of balls to pull something like that. That's the problem. Getting in was not the problem. Getting caught was not even the biggest problem. Though I'm sure your ribs have a different opinion. The problem is you made yourself visible. Not to guards. Guards forget faces 5 minutes after they stop. Standing in front of them. You made yourself visible to systems. To names above Halden. To the kind of men who do not kick doors or raise their voices. And you made yourself visible to your own side, too. Yes, that side. The one you are currently looking very loyal and betrayed about. Don't start. I'm not insulting the cause. I'm insulting the habit everyone has of pretending causes don't keep knives in drawers for emergencies. You were useful when you were unknown. You were brave when you were hypothetical. Now you're captured. That makes you a question. And groups hate questions when they're bleeding. Oh, there it is. Finally have enough energy to talk. Where are we going? What's happening? Oh, you're very polite. Well, we're not going to your handler. I established that. And don't lean forward. Sit back. I said sit back. Good. You can hate me from the seat. I'm keeping you away from your handler because I don't know whether your handler's alive, compromised, blah, blah, blah. Until I know, nobody gets you. Not the company or the faction. I need you to understand this. Because if you keep looking at me like the right answer is just running towards the nearest familiar symbol, I'm going to start regretting how much trouble I took to steal you. Your people may love you. Maybe. Some might. Some might be tearing apart a safe house right now because you missed your check-in. Some are staring at a dead radio, trying not to decide whether your silence means anything. And some know exactly what happened. And are being very calm as they erase every trace that connects you to them. All three can be true in the same organization. That's what people like you never want to hear. You think betrayal announces itself. It doesn't. Most of the time it sounds like caution or mercy or command protecting the wider network. And sometimes they are, and that's the ugly part. If they decide, which they likely will, you're too dangerous to recover, they won't stop at killing you. So no handler, no message, proof of life. Not tonight. Or for a long time. And as for the company, you already know enough. Actually, no, you don't. You know the version you've been telling each other in basements to keep breathing and survive. It's all true, very stirring, very easy to hate. The real version is duller and worse. The real version is files. Names move from one column to another. Employment records suspended. Housing permits frozen. Medical access denied. Every person who has ever fed you, hidden you, kissed you, fucked you, argued with you, lent you a jacket, suddenly becomes a little dot in a room full of people deciding which dots are worth crushing. That started the second you were identified. Actually, probably before that. The second your badge pinged the wrong archive. Some poor machine upstairs began building a version of you that could be punished. And now they have your face. And your gait. And your blood. They have enough to make a file. And once they make that file, sweetheart, they like to fill it. Which is why my people are wiping it. Oh, yes. My people. Not your cell. Mine. And before you get romantic about that, no. They're not gentler. They're just better aimed. As we speak, the first version of you is being made useless. Work history, municipal tags, arrest records, family links. Every little thread the company thinks it can pull. Some of it will get burned. Some of it gets poisoned. And then... Don't look at me like that. You wanted to know what's happening. This is what happening looks like when it's done by adults. By morning, the man who walked into that archive will be very difficult to prove. And by tomorrow night, if everyone does their job, he'll be dead in enough places to keep both sides busy. It's the cleanest way to keep you alive. Yes, alive. I know that part's getting lost under all the charming administrative murder, but do try to keep up, darling. You're not going back to the building or your cell. You're not walking into some rebel basement wrapped in bandages while everyone decides whether your survival is inspiring or inconvenient. You're gone. No name. No record. No place to return to. A ghost, if we do this properly. And before you make some noble little tragedy out of it, remember you are about 15 minutes from becoming a corpse with a cleaner story. This is better. It's not kind, but better. No, you're not being punished. You're being removed because you survived loudly. Now, the part you're gonna hate. My people are not yours. Same war, same enemy, but not the same table. We sit higher, quieter. Most of your faction doesn't know we exist, which is why nobody told you I was inside that building. They couldn't. Your handler may have heard a rumor if he drinks with the right ghosts, but it doesn't get you clearance. We're the people they pretend not to need until the door opens from the inside. And I'm very good at opening doors. But my position has limits. Don't look so pleased. Every cage has better wallpaper at the top, that's all. Mine has champagne and board access. But rooms I still can't enter. That's where you come in. Yes, you. Try not to look offended. I know you're bleeding and dressed like somebody lost a bet with a tailor, but under all this tragic presentation, there's something workable. Good face. Good nerve. Terrible impulse control, but that can be beaten into shape. The elite sector loves a pretty man with a damaged reputation and expensive supervision. I can make them look at you and see a scandal instead of a threat. I can put you beside me at dinner, in meetings, in rooms, where my name gets me through the door, but my face makes them careful. You can get closer than I can, if you learn. And you would learn from me. Every step, every word, every pause before you answer. And if I tell you to smile, you smile. If I tell you to shut up, you swallow whatever brave little speech is trying to crawl out of your mouth, and you shut the fuck up. If I touch your wrist under a table, you stop moving. If I say leave, you leave, even if the man across from you is the one whose name you saw in that archive. Especially then. Because if you disobey me in those rooms, you won't just die. You'll take people with you. So, here's the clean offer. We make the switch, I take you to my safe house, and we start turning you into someone useful. Or, I put you on a fishing boat before sunrise with enough money, medicine, and false papers to keep you alive somewhere, warm and boring, no rebellion, no revenge, no coming back. You spend the rest of your life pretending you don't dream about locked doors. Safe and quiet, but awful, probably for a man like you, but alive. I'm not cruel enough to pretend this is a choice if I don't give you a way out. So answer me. Not with a speech. Not with your tragic little eyes doing half the work. Yes or boat. Oh, good boy. Now sit still. We switch cars in 30 seconds. And then, sweetheart, we get started.